liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army. With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power. HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting. I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense. With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there. Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
Something I'll never get used to. But tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Target destroyed. Vehicle confirmed destroyed. Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood.
You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAP terminal. Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route.
This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country?
Fox 2.
Somebody take out those allied planes behind us.
Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
It's something I'll never get used to. But tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire. Roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Strutter 1 has crashed.
Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
It's something I'll never get used to. But tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Target acquired. AA gun confirmed destroyed.
You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Roger that.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood. Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route. Fox 2. Strider 1, target destroyed.
They got a stubborn one on my ass!
It's Erusian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Longcaster. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
My engine ticket. Where did that come from? I'm surrounded by nothing but friendly. No, the attack was an unintentional mistake.
Punch 2! Tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes.
Strider 1, Fox 2. Strider 1, target destroyed.
We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
ID is Osean Forces. This is AWACS from the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
There's a strict curfew, but people gather in bars and other places to learn what's going on.
We're the only ones here on time.
This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country?
Strider 3 launching missile.
Three, enemy has a lock.
There's an unknown on our route. We can't proceed.
Lock 2.
Missile.
Pursuing enemy.
Missile. Missile.
What? We're taking fire from our own allies. Is this place under rebellion too?
Wait. The General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General LaFarge are the real patriots. Onward!
There's a vehicle up ahead. It's gonna ask us to pay a toll. Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle. It's launched. We'll go. Let's go. We archived all the footage that we've shot when the communication networks come back online.
We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a clean war.
Signs of the clean warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone. There's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to aims. Radicals. It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Lancaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, the General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight.
Missile closing. Breaking.
Here comes a traitor, Lamar.
This is a wide net they've cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they?
Lamar, send that vehicle!
They've been set up in all the right places. We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us. We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Somebody take out those allied planes behind us.
Confirming Strider 1 destroyed target.
Receiving rocket. Breaking.
Missile. Missile.
Target is hit.
Enemy has a lock.
Nice kill.
Strider 1, don't ice up. Missile launched.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Grudner Park. Captain Carl, do you ever need to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers.
Missile.
They were referred to as the Radicals. There was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belgians. They actually went to war. The performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belkin technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI. To us, it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. Those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Grudner Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
You're a true patriot.
He dodged it. Thanks. We would have been toast.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 19er Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Our turbulence fall has led to early power struggle within the Erusian military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
Bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This is good.
Missile. Missile.
Unknown aircraft approaching. An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
We're taking fire! Take care of them!
You Radicals were so busy developing UAVs, you forgot to develop real pilots. Disgrace.
I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks.
UAVs are acting strange. Their autonomous mode must be bugged. It's not the drones that are working. It's the small Charlie Foxtrot.
Ocean forces at landfill number 7. This is AWACS Lancaster.
The General is speaking with the Commander. We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood. ID is Erusian military.
They don't respond. Shoot them down.
We're coming up on a tunnel. Need to split up until we reach the exit.
Missile.
There's more to Belkin technology than just UAVs. Taking IFF designations for arms and astonishing feat.
Missile.
Used it to make drones that resembled Osean fighters. And then to assassinate Harling and put the blame on enemy fighters.
Missile.
But in the end, Belkin technology brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe Erusia is responsible for Harling's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
Goddamn Civil War. This is how a country falls into ruin after losing.
Unmanaged, but can still fight.
Commanders, hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
Bandit in my sight. Locked on.
Missile.
Strider 1, missile inbound! Evade!
Its ID is Erusian.
The General's a weird celebrity. Everyone wants to meet him.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing.
Nice. Glad to see the Oseans attacking the Radicals. Maybe we should join up with them. It means getting rid of those assholes faster.
Regionalism is part of the infighting within these groups.
Our squadron serves General Labarge, and we're acting based on our patriotic duty.
You heard the comms. There are no friendlies out there.
Missile. 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 Missile.
We've reached the industrial
rendezvous. Leave the rear to the others.
Understood.
The Radicals truly believe most improved productions will make up for our losses. They shouldn't be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly.
5 minutes remaining.
We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Who can we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Origin News Network.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft your grandfather told me about. The one with the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait! Unknown's attacking the girl's plane!
Alma, in contact.
Allcaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
It could be Osean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do.
ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
Right, I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Wilco.
How dare you interfere? I'm here to deal with that traitor.
Don't miss.
Aim carefully.
Attacking.
Target acquired. Target hit.
I've got a sitting duck here.
This is Regional 8.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Careful, those guys are good. Wait, you don't think it was Osean big shots too? I managed to catch a glimpse of the three strikes. Evading enemy missiles.
Mine. No good. Shit.
Missile evaded.
Hand it on your six. Enemy missile coming at me. Breaking. See a fighter. Killing
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks, so Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Usea has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been...
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
War is something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Strider 1, target destroyed.
What's wrong with Pro? Whether you're a Adrian or not, you're just too stubborn to change with the times.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood.
You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal. Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route.
Perfect. Strider 1 destroyed target.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Right behind him.
Star warning. Star warning. Star warning. Caution.
It's Erusian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Longcaster. They've opened up a path for us.
The more the merrier.
Target destroyed.
We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes. We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
Longcaster, we're taking
Fox 2.
Missile.
There's an unknown on our route. We can't proceed. Which faction is the head of our organization? We need to know what's what. Wait. General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General LaFarge are the real patriots. Onward!
There's a vehicle up ahead. It's gonna ask us to pay a toll. Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go. We archived all the footage that we've shot for when the communication networks come back online.
We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a clean war. There's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. It's the radicals.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, you're entering clouds.
Nice work. That takes care of that one. We're heading for the highway. Thanks to you. We got out of paying that toll.
This is AWACS Argus. Those who can hear us are our allies. Your new orders are to Ocean Army officer with him is an impossible.
If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Kruger Park. Mission inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record expanding the front lines. It was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belkans.
Missile.
They actually went to war. The performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belkan technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian flight test center by at least 10 years. They're using the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Gruner Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Target hit.
They actually believe that using robots will put an end to bloodshed.
I have a visual on 3 strikes.
Missile.
Evade! Evade that missile!
Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Open fire on that vehicle!
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
It's Erusia! Shoot him down!
Trigger, that one's Ocean. Do not attack before target identification is complete.
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erusian military. It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit?
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge, so there'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
The bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good.
Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle pushed by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
We're taking fire! Take care of them!
The drones aren't receiving my
us. Thanks.
Ocean forces at landfill number 7. This is AWACS broadcaster.
That vehicle is one of ours! Fire! The info just came through!
We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Missile.
Understood.
Missile.
General is speaking with the commander.
System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Osean forces. There are even rumors of penal units turning on their former allies.
Understand that. We're on unidentified aircraft to the drone.
We're taking fire from our own allies. Is this place under rebellion too?
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Got one on my tail.
Critical escort objective destroyed. Mission failed. Abort mission.
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Erosions.
This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country? Leave the Oseans for now. First, we must deal with these traitors who are trying to override the system.
Missile. Missile.
Unknown aircraft approaching! 3 strikes confirmed. How are we supposed to tell a difference? There are enemies everywhere!
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Those guys shooting up there, aren't they both Oseans?
I'm hit. Get this guy off my back. Open fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. This vehicle stopped.
Missile. Missile.
We're on unidentified aircraft to the drone.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Missile.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 199er Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erosion military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You had one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
The bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good.
Missile.
We have no choice! Fire!
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erosion forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
Taking fire! Take care of them!
Radicals were so busy developing UAVs, you forgot to develop green silence.
I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks.
My engine vision! Where did that come from? I'm surrounded by nothing but friendly! No, the attack was an unintentional one!
Ocean forces at landfill number 7. This is AWACS Longcaster.
That vehicle is one of ours! Cease fire! The info just came through!
Missile.
We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood.
Missile. Caution.
System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Osean forces.
Start receiving my orders.
There are rumors of penal units turning on their former allies.
Our movement is restricted by unidentified unit near our location.
Missile launched.
With the main conflict concluded, regional forces in the center, south, and east struggle under stabilization of the nation. General should be government to identify these groups and belong to those trying to ultimately make peace with Osean rebels.
General, let's start drones on us. Watch over the
Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. Missile.
We've been told.
Missile.
If a drone is acting suspiciously, shoot it down.
Missile.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Destroy aircraft with tally marks on the tail. Their payloads are double.
Missile.
Right now!
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Hold on. Caution.
The target's been wiped out.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing.
Nice. Glad to see the Oceans attacking the radicals. Maybe we should join up with them. At least getting rid of those assholes faster.
Materialism is part of their employment within these groups.
We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Officers from countries annexed by Erosion have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
How'd you last long, Caster? You progressed and we're here to help. Glad we waited. Don't worry, I won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous, in the rear of the others. Understood.
The radicals truly believe boosting drone production will make up for our losses. They should be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly. We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Who do we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erosion News Network.
Okay, let's go. Getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Stall warning.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight. Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft your grandfather told me about. The scratches. There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknown's attacking the girl's plane.
Alma, hold on tight.
Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
It could be Ocean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit. That's all we can do.
ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
Right. I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Wilco.
How dare you interfere? I'm here to deal with that traitor.
Don't miss. Aim carefully. Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Missile.
Strutter 1, missile launched.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
I managed to catch a glimpse of three strikes.
Missile.
Trigger, ceasefire. Fine. No good. Shit.
Missile inbound. Breaking. See a fire. Just so long you plan on getting in my way.
They're in my way.
Taking evasive action.
Bandit destroyed. Well done.
Receiving lock. Breaking.
Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is... The drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Longcaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Ocean Craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
Missile. Missile.
We did what we could.
Missile.
Weapons free.
Missile.
We're cleared to attack the escort.
Missile.
Wilco. Understood.
Wilco.
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
Missile.
To build something else entirely. Can't afford the MQ-89 launch. Our commands are overridden. They must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
Our drones headed this way. No. The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies. Clever.
Missile. Missile.
I've been spiked.
Strata 1, target acquired. Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. 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 Missile.
I'm on my target's tail.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
5 bandits remaining.
Missile.
Damn it. I don't have the drive they need.
4 bandits left.
It's not enough to be fully functional. There has to be a time when it should not function. But when?
3 bandits to go.
They're after the data, aren't they?
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile. Missile. Star warning. Star warning. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. Missile.
2 bandits left. Show them what you got.
Strider 3 launching missile.
One bandit to go.
Star warning. Star warning.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopters flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Are you sent by the General's staff? No, we'd like you to send missile! I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war.
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready.
Oh, what did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Osean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Osean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke...
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
"You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness."
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer, at this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians. so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
With so much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. And what? Abandon Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Osean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Caution.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete.
Thank God. Friendly birds.
Target acquired.
Our air support is here.
Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
You're on the run.
We're waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
Pull up.
Their artillery fire just missed us off our starboard side.
They're under attack!
Pull up.
Target hit.
Do me a favor, Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Missile. Missile.
Rendezvous? We don't even know where we are!
It's fine. Take a little damage. We need to finish this fight now.
Missile. Missile. Stall warning. Caution. Pull up.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Calling friendly birds. Take out the hostiles in our area. Get us out of this hellhole.
Missile.
We need help while we're still up and running. Push it back. Fire. Fire at will. We need more ammo. There's more over here. The body scan civilians. We're part of the fight. See that? We're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here, but I really don't want to think about it. Yeah, those Russian bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence. Help me! Three strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly! I just have the photograph. We'll head back to HQ soon. Just give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to get some children in proper area. The Erusian ground forces show no sign of letting up. We're taking heavy damage.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Cyclones 3, Fox 2.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Get out of here, hurry! If you let them through, we're as good as dead!
Missile.
Go with us! Get the enemy team, keep them there!
Missile.
Our guys only took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now?
Missile.
Get in the tank!
Missile.
Allied retreat looks good.
Missile.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Hold them at bay until Operation Feeding Time. Move them away from the mass driver.
Missile. Missile.
ID complete.
Missile. Missile.
We can't afford to take any more damage. Get out there and do something!
Missile. Missile.
Strider 3 launching missile. Attack missed.
We've identified the unknown targets. It's the Osean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side? We'll be firing at each other.
Missile.
This is AWACS Lancaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from an allied AWAC. Hold your fire! Roger. But what are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
Missile.
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
Pull up.
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. There's no one nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved in self-harm. Getting the landing craft! Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Missile. Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Echo 13. 2 tanks left, but they're running on fuels and low on ammo.
Missile.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Missile.
We only need an hour tops. We need the advantage to put the enemy down.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Missile. Caution. Pull up. Missile. Missile. Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
The timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course.
Missile.
Chase out the bogies! There's no way there are!
Missile.
Almost there! Commence Operation No Return! These are unguided. Stay on course.
Missile. Missile.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Stall warning. Missile. 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 Missile.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Missile.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions.
Maybe they know they can't.
We're gonna drop a bomb. We're outnumbered and we'll be surrounded.
Trigger, boss, get over here quick. Bandit has a lock.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Wait a minute. I've been hit by a missile.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Don't aim. We're doing strategic bombing.
Missile. 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 Missile.
I'm behind my target.
Watch yourself. These guys are working together to bring us down.
Missile.
We're around past the point of no return.
Missile. Missile.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. We are go for launch. Launch control.
Enemy on your back.
Confirm launch readiness.
Missile.
Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Beating Time. Launch control. Roger that.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Target locked.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Intercept those bombers.
Missile.
They took out Strider 1.
splits up retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Calling friendly birds. Take out the hostiles in our area. Get us out of this hellhole. We need help while we're still up and running.
Strata 1, target acquired.
There's more over here. Bodies of dead civilians. I don't think they were part of the fight. Look at that. They're all lined up. To take any more damage. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here. I really don't want to submit. Those Erusian bastards. These are flagrant war crimes. Take photos for evidence.
ID complete.
Caution. Three strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle's been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Operation is crazy. Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly!
You're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy people.
I just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ soon. Give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to at least kill the proper barrier.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship at the munitions depot is highly combustible.
Gather all the wounded together.
Capture center team. We just need to buy some time. Hold them at bay until operation feeding time. Keep them away from the mass driver.
Our guys took out the enemy here. What do we do now? Send in the tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile.
In gun range.
Three strikes in the sky.
Missile.
They say you see them, you're a goner.
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. Spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their family. Most likely, they were involved with Delta.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Ambush! Stay calm! Reform the ranks! It's fine if we take a little damage. We need to finish this fight now.
Missile.
Missile away.
Missile.
Target destroyed.
Missile.
Get in the landing craft! Many thanks, Longcaster. We didn't have to leave our place to die.
Understood.
Number on my hearing!
Missile.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Missile.
Bring the anti-tank missile. Hit that heavy armor at the front line. Don't stop!
Missile. 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 Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Get the wounded out of here, hurry! If you let them through, we're as good as dead!
Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile.
You're with us! See the enemy APC from there?
If we could just defend the mass driver today, our army could turn this thing around.
Strata 1, Fox 2.
Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up.
Strata 1, we've identified the unknown targets. Strata 1, target destroyed.
Missile. Missile.
Target acquired.
I have a solid lock.
We did it! We're moving out! Leave the dead behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. Push them back! Fire! Fire at will! We need more ammo!
Multiple bogeys from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogeys. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase out the bogies! There's no way there are! Almost there! Commence operation no return! These are on guidance. Stay on course.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogeys. Identify them. Your plane will ice up if you stay in there too long.
Visual. Like an eagle.
This is Graham 7. Attack failed.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Heads up. These reinforcements are elite. Well past the point of no return.
Target locked.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Missile inbound. Drinking.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Launch control, this is Flight Leader. All systems ready. We are go for launch.
Enemy on your back.
This is Launch Control. Scanning information. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch Control, roger that.
Chaff and flares are depleted. Missile evaded. More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Work together to take them down.
Strider 1 was shot down.